Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790 AM. Brought to you proudly by Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency, Barton Power Sports, Sportsman's Warehouse, and Best Care Home Services.
Hey, welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790, and this is our pre-Christmas show on this December the 23rd. Dale Sanders in studio, the Graybeard Adventure, 82 years old, hiked the Appalachian Trail. Our next guest has not hiked the Appalachian Trail, but he's hiked a few steps to get into the duck blind in his lifetime, and of course that's our great friend Buck Gardner. Good morning, Buck.
Hey, Larry, God bless you, man. Merry Christmas. It's great to be with you and to be alive here to be on the show.
It is.
A lot of fun.
This is a part of our annual show. Of course, John Berry will be later talking a little bit about it, but Buck, Christmas is special for you, I know, and your family and things like that. Talk about Christmas around the Gardner house.
Well, I mean, obviously, it's a big time for gifts and fun and eating a lot of things you probably shouldn't eat and all that. But it's a special time of the year to get to say, know what the Christmas is all about, because this is when our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, was born, and it's a wonderful thing. And it's
amazing, isn't it?
It's amazing that we get to be here.
Yeah, that you get to do what you love to do, and on this special. John Gordon is sitting in here with me. He did not bring his duck call, though. John left it at home. He's only got one, I think.
Yeah.
So there he is.
There's one right there.
There he is. There he is. You know John Gordon?
Yes, I know John Gordon. I don't think he knows me, but I know of him. So.
I know you, Buck. I mean,
right.
we've met a few times over the years. I've
Yes,
got several of your calls and use them quite a bit.
Yeah, and he
well,
did.
God bless you.
He didn't
buy more.
Yeah, he buy more. He didn't bring one this morning because we knew. And of course, Ron Wong is here.
Good morning, Buck.
Yeah. Oh man, I can't. I need some plastic baits, Ron. Can you help me? Hook me
Hey, you got.
Yeah.
I'll even deliver them to you because I know you're around some good crappie water right now. Also,
well, he's not thinking about it.
There's crappie water in these fields all over here where I'm getting ready.
I'll bet they are.
Get on this 4-wheeler and ride out there. Yeah, there was water in the road, water in the fields, water in the ditches.
You got some rain. We got some.
Yeah.
We needed some rain, didn't we, Buck?
Yes, sir.
What's it been like for over where you're hunting so far?
Well, we've been very fortunate. We hunt in Tupelo break over here, and we got a field that we've had flooded up. So we've just been hunting them pretty sparingly, but we've had really good hunting, and because there hadn't been any water, So
yeah,
now there's going to be water everywhere, and that'll be good. But it should be.
It's
this
cold
weekend,
weather.
Cold weather's coming at the end of the week, end of this coming.
And that's what you like. I mean, that's what all of us like. John, you shaking your head over there, too. I mean,
agreed. You've got to have it down here to really have great success.
Yeah. And, Buck, I know that give our listening audience out there, let's do what we always do now. We want to hear the song, Buck. Somebody put on Facebook the same song, and they didn't sound near as good as you. So we've got to get you patented. Here we go. One.
Today, if these duck calls are if they're skittish, and this is a foolproof method for call shy ducks, and it goes like this.
Here it is.
Works every time.
Every time. I hear them rolling in. Buck, we love you, buddy. Have a great
love you
Christmas.
too, Larry. Y'all have a great Christmas.
All right,
Merry
buddy.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry
Christmas to all of y'all, John.
All right. Bye-bye. Buck
you.
Gardner is let him go kill some ducks. I mean, there's water everywhere around here, and we finally got
We're
some
finally getting some water, and now we're going to get some cold weather, too. I know, John, you like that.
Oh,
and I like it for all of you all because I hope that.
Yeah, here we go again.
well, once again, it keeps the fishermen off the water, Larry. But there's some great fishing this time of year.
It's absolutely some great fishing going on right now. Whether you go to the Tennessee River, whether you're fishing private lakes or residential lakes, it's really good. Catching a bunch of crappie down at Sardis and Enid right now, believe it or not. Water temperature is still in the upper 40s, low 50s in some places, and the fishing is really good. If you're going to the Tennessee River like Kentucky Lake or Pickwick, the umbrella rig with small 2 and 3/4 inch, 3-inch swim baits on the umbrella rig works well. If you're going to a residential lake or a private lake, Ned rig is working well, or a 2 3/4 inch or 3-inch swim bait on a crappie jig head with a number 1 hook, catching a bunch of fish.
Well, let me say, I hope you've got your latest copy of the Mid-South Hunting and Fishing News. Both Ron and John have wonderful stories in here in this edition, the December edition, and we've just put to press the January edition. Another 2 good stories from John and a wonderful tribute that Ron wrote, 1,300 words worth of Dennis Demo.
Gosh, I could have did 3 times.
Well, I'm not
now.
sure all of it got in. I hadn't seen it yet, but that's the January issue. We're already giving you a tease, but John has got the feature article in here. We put it out, Strong Waterfowl Numbers. He tells you what the numbers really mean. And so a lot of folks always wondering, well, what does this mean for this? You know, we get reports and things. And John, and then, of course, here comes Ron down at the bottom, winter bassing in the South. If anybody can't tell you about winter bassing in the South, it's not Ron Wall.
Hey,
it
I
is
gotta
Ron
tell
Wall. Yeah.
You know, it's fishing year-round for me.
Yeah, so get a copy. They're out. Got a beautiful cover photo here.
Absolutely.
It's not one of Avery's this time for a change. Got a fishing.
No, she's quite an attractive young lady.
Look at that. So you might just buy it for that. And Dale Sanders is in here with us again. Let's pick up this conversation. We don't get to get Dale in, and so what does Christmas mean for Dale now that he has done all this stuff? What's it? I know. Say last Christmas, you were thinking about this. Now you've completed it. Do you sit there and think? I know you don't sit very often, I don't think, but do you contemplate do you really know what you've done?
Well, it's very difficult to put it all together and really get it deep in my mind that I actually did the AT and got home alive. But to be honest with you, when I started hiking on 1 January, I didn't know if I would ever see another Christmas or not, because
That's right.
it's just something that at my age just don't do. And I am so thankful to be home with a family, and I just so blessed to have my church family as well alongside me. It's just been a euphoric experience being home. So as I mentioned earlier, I have somewhat a little bit of depression. I can manage it, but after a long distance journey, but this one I have not, because I'm just so thankful to God and all for being home.
And there was folks that told you not to do this, I'm sure, Dale.
Many people told me there's no way. Don't do it.
Yeah.
So I knew all I could do was just see what I could do and do a day at a time, and that's what I did.
Well, I think the inspiration part, you guys have mentioned this, just the whippersnapper here, John Gordon, and then me and Ron and the veterans over here, the veterans of the foreign wars, just about. So me and Ron can do this, but you got to have the right equipment. I was thinking the other day, and I'll bring this in to Ron and John on this equipment, because this is Christmas time. Boy, you're running out. That today's the 23rd. You better have all those presents done. I'm looking at these guys. Ron's wearing something that I think that everyone, if you're looking for something that you've got some kind of a hand, explain what you got on over there.
I have an Extensor elbow healing kit.
Yeah.
And, you know,
we had him on the show a couple of weeks ago.
That's right. Scott from the company there was on the show. But if you have problems with tennis elbow, if you will, which is now fishing elbow.
Fishing elbow for you.
And if you have numbness in your arm and your shoulders, this device is relatively inexpensive, and what it does is it builds back up your tendons and your ligaments in your arms, so all of that kind of goes away. You know, our friend Mark Rose and Bill McDonald have had problems, real problems with their arms, elbows, shoulders, and everything from repetitive casting. Well, I've kind of got the same thing.
You do.
And so they sent me one to use. I've been using it now for 3 days. And I can tell you, when I get up in the morning now, I don't have as much numbness in my arm as I had.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of like the symptoms are kind of like what you have for those that are familiar with carpal tunnel syndrome.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay, same thing.
Yeah.
And I have to tell you, and it's real easy to do. You know, you're sitting at home watching TV.
Mm-hmm.
You put it on and you just go through a few exercises. And really, it's just putting your arm out straight, extending the fingers, because it has
I
the
can see
silicone
it now on your
bands
radio band. We're looking from left to right here.
It really strengthens the arm. It's really good. I mean, great Christmas present for somebody that has a problem with their arm, numbness, or even pain. And, you know, it's not too late to go out and get your favorite outdoor stuff. Stocking stuffers, nothing like going out and getting a bunch of Strike King baits to put in your favorite fisherman's stocking. You know, need a new rod and reel, go out and get you a Lew's rod and reel. They're plentiful, whether they're in Sportsman's Warehouse or any of the other outlets throughout the Mid-South here. And, of course, you know, one of the great gifts I think that anybody can get is an annual subscription to the Mid-South Hunting and Fishing News.
$12.
Wow, what a deal.
$12 is all it takes on that to do that. And I've got to say, from John's perspective, I told him off the air, they've got the best waders in town. I mean, this new technology that they have as far as getting them on, they were so simple to get on. I didn't have any trouble getting them off. And with that little pants leg looking thing, you can't even tell you're wearing waders.
You can't. It's if anybody's ever worn a pair of bibs, you know, insulated bibs or anything like that, it's insulated bibs you can wade in.
The old neoprene was the kind that you couldn't get on and off. You were there.
No,
when the call of nature came, you were there.
Or if it got a little warm, you'd sweat to death.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
And they weren't as warm.
And I can remember as a child the old canvas waders, which were just a nightmare.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
And so this technology has really taken waterfowl hunting comfort to another level.
And I want you folks, that's a kind of a teaser, because in the last segment today, we are going to pick the 12 days of Christmas, 12 rays of Christmas.
Some nice stuff.
And we have some nice stuff, and we've even added some. And one of those prizes is what, John?
Is a pair of banded red zone breathable waders, insulated, to the winner of that. And
I hope I win. I hope I win.
You're not in it.
I hope I win, because
you're not eligible.
Waiting in the spring for crappie, oh my gosh.
Well, yeah, sure. You could use that just as well for fishing.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, even in the wintertime.
Yes.
You can do it. And these are so comfortable. So we're just throwing these things out, folks. You got to stick around. Around 7:15 this morning, we're going to come back and I've got them in the hat. I've got them in the Frank Barton wonderful National Master Retriever hat here. And they're all in there.
That was also made by Avery Outdoors.
Yes, it was. It is. Yeah. And I had this on the other day in honor of Frank and Avery, but I had to type them all out. They're ready. I got the winners here. Peanut. We're going to start with I'm not going to tell you that yet. I'm going to make you wait.
It's not time yet.
No, it's
and
not.
By the way, a shout out to Frank Barton for all he did at the Arca Butler
amazing.
Disability deer hunt.
Physically challenged deer hunt. Frank was there.
He was there every day.
Take some great pictures.
Had equipment there to help get the hunters to their stands and back, and equipment to get the deer back that they killed. It was a wonderful, wonderful time for the hunters, and our hats off to Frank. I mean,
and I am writing about that in the January issue of the Mid-South Hunting and Fishing News about Frank and his work and the hunt itself. I don't know, but Dale, they have a deer hunt every year down at Arca Butler Lake, and they bring in physically challenged deer hunters, and I'm talking about 52 people, most of them in wheelchairs, things along this line. And you're talking inspiration to see those guys that, you know, you're amazing that you can do what you can do, right? because God's given you the ability to stay on the trail, stay focused, do something nobody your age can do. Can you imagine the Appalachian Trail in a wheelchair?
I can't imagine it, but I couldn't imagine either a blind person hiking the AT, but a blind person did, in fact.
Really?
Hike the entire.
Is that
Appalachian
not the true American spirit?
Yeah.
You know, guys, I had to watch the Santa Claus the other night just to see Tim Allen become Santa Claus. I don't know. I just like that movie because it ends up with such a wonderful feel, and I've just got a great feeling for what Dale has accomplished in this time frame, and we're all in this frenzy now of getting the right gift. You know, thanks, Michael Alvarado. I did get out of Bass Pro the other day down there in the existing store, but it was swamped. I'd like to have your inventory for one day, you know, just to see that. But, you know, as you said, waders, as Ron said, folks, we're going to take a picture of this. We're going to post it on Outdoors with Larry Ray. I'm going to get Ron to do a little kind of a, what would you call it, field test story to put in on the webpage, lroutdoors.com, because, you know, if you wore that with your buff outfit, you would look like a tiger coming out of the jungle. You know it? Yeah, because but I'm amazed to see what it looks like. You know.
Well, it's so easy to use,
Yeah.
and you know, I encourage anybody to try to. Any arm problems, this is going to help.
Yeah, and it's cool. All right, let's take a break. Dale Sanders in the house on Outdoors with Larry Ray on this Christmas edition, December the 23rd, on ESPN 790.
You can find out